Okay, we're back. I had to, oh, let me see if that came. Okay. So I don't know where I was at, but it was actually, it wasn't the battery, it was the, freaking, my disk was full. So I had to, download the videos, because I didn't delete some of the other videos that I had before like I normally do, and the disk just got full. So again, operator error. Hope that light got fixed. I don't see it moving across. I put one light up and one moving straight across. They're not all aimed right here. Somebody said they were trying to adjust on each other. Alrighty. So these pieces are done. Nice coat on that. Damn, these grips are heavy. This really makes the gun a lot heavier having these grips on here. I mean, it's kind of conversation piece, or I'm gonna get a Q-tip and do these corners here after I get the outside done. Alright, put some on this Q-tip, then get all my little corners done, and then that one will be done. Get the rails. Oh, remember I talked about that hole? I'd find one that was solid. See how that's solid? And the other one, they cut that part of the frame out. I think that weakens the frame. So to me, if I look at a frame, I can tell if it's designed better if it has this hole versus a cut. I'm glad I caught that before I put that away. Maybe someone else already caught it and I just didn't know it. Again, the little grooves, the locking grooves, these have really fine grips here. So keeping those clean and oiled is always an issue. So make sure you kind of give them a little better detail. I mean, if I wanted to, I could probably get a little toothbrush, put some oil on here to make sure I get it in there good, and then take a little toothbrush, and now I know every little spot got a good coat of oil, and I don't have anything to where I missed anything. Again, not the end of the world. Alright, I think I'm done. Let's put this sucker back together. I'll put it together different than I took it apart. I'll put it together more the standard way that people put it together. So that goes in there. This little pin, by the way, has to go through this little piece right here. So when it goes in there, that has to go in there like so. So when you put this in, sometimes this will roll back and you'll lose it. And it's not open to where this can get in. So that's what you need to look for. If you see me looking at the frame when I'm lining up, that's what I'm looking for. I want to make sure this didn't get knocked back like that. I want to see it so I can see that the hole is there. Okay, let's see what we got here. We'll put this one over here. And then always make sure this, obviously, the little curved part goes along the barrel like it's supposed to. And then this piece needs to be pushed up like that. And then you have to slide it into your barrel. So this will go on the rail like so. Everything needs to go in like it's supposed to. Then I can slide this back. I'm looking through that little hole right there to make sure that thing is there. And I don't see it. There it is. Oh shit. I'm not sure that's in there or not, but we will see if it goes back together like it's supposed to. Then we'll push this little thing down. This is where people end up shooting these things off. So I have to push it down, and while I'm pushing down, then I need to slide this back over around this little lip here. Alright, so let's see if we can do this without causing a disaster. That's not out of the way enough. That's the bad thing about this thing that locks. It's really hard to spin because it's locked around the barrel. And so they make a barrel bushing, this little key here that goes over this to turn it. But I don't want to take my spring out. Oh shit, that's hard to turn. Let's see if I moved it enough to get this in. I didn't. So you see what's happening here is when I'm pushing this in, it's hitting that little piece right there, because this isn't out of the way. And because that locks on the barrel, a lot of these spin pretty easy. This one ain't spinning easy. So I have to try again. Damn thing. You see why I put it on my way instead of this way? Especially with this chuck, or I forget what it's called. The what's the name of this sucker? Ah, fuck, son of a bitch! Ugh, shit! Ah! I just cracked the crap out of my knuckles. Still ain't fitting, piece of shit. There! Ah! And I got my glove. Perfect. So as I slid it over, so now I got to push this down to get my glove out and respin it. There. Now it's over there. Now I just slide this around. It's not going to let me slide it around. I'm going to use this. When I slide this, this is going to pop into place. And it just popped in. And that's why I take it apart the way I take it apart. Now remember, I never finished this piece here, so I have to slide this back in here. I want to make sure it works first. Okay? Now, I'll slide this back, get that little piece right there lined up where this is going, pull this out, push the pin on top, and push straight down instead of push. What a lot of people do is they go here and they try to push up. And when you have a really hard pin, that's hard to do. I always push straight down. Oh man, it's gonna smooth. Alrighty, so this one's done. We got here this little Springfield, I don't know what size, 45, it's kind of a compact. Cute little gun. I kind of like it because it's kind of like a little throwdown gun. Oh, forgot to put my magazine in this one. And all these magazines are kind of interchangeable anyway, so it doesn't really matter. This is a blued magazine, so I want to get some oil in there, see if I'm getting any rust. I'm not. Didn't get anything, so I'll oil that down. I'll pull this out, same way I've been doing it. This does not have a chuck. Remember that little key? Locking lug, whatever it is, I forgot the name of it. So what I should do is lock this to the rear. Oh, this one does. So this is a different full-length guide rod. This isn't the fat one where you put the little thing in. So on this one, you take it apart normally, and I'll show you what happens when once you get it out. Pull that pin out, let this go forward. Remember to get ready to grab right here. This one has a full-length guide rod, so it's not going to buckle and shoot out on you. And now that I have this off, I have to push this forward and up. And I think this one I'll be able to get out. Like so. Because it's a little bit more flexible than the solid gold or the solid piece one. It's still considered a solid, but it's a different type of solid. Okay? Then I'll take my spring out and the spring blocking tube, whatever the hell it is. Pull my barrel out. And you can tell this one doesn't have any oil on it. It's pretty dry, so to speak. Let's see if I get any rust off it when I polish it up with this. Not really, maybe a little bit. Yeah, not a lot, but it doesn't hurt to give it a good rub down and make sure and remove any top surface rust before I put a coat of oil on it. Again, it's not like these guns are exposed to the elements. I think this might be like aluminum or something. It's really light. So I don't even know if this is metal. I don't know if it's aluminum or whatever. Somebody will tell me what it is. Definitely tell it's got a different color on the inside. It's got some striations kind of right here on this piece. I'm not sure what that's from. I don't know if that's coming out or not, but trigger well, always get, because your finger's going in there with a lot of oil, and a lot of people will just wipe the trigger, but you want to get on top because that's where your finger's going also. It's touching all the interior here. So always make sure and give that a good cleaning to get rid of any oils and make sure there's no rusting starting or pitting. I really like these little rubber grips they have here. I've got another set here that are just green. I think they're the same thing, but they're kind of nice. They feel good on it. It doesn't have the traditional wood look, but it sure does feel good. Let's see what the barrel looks like before I run a patch through it. Run a patch through it, see if it looks any different. Did it change the barrel at all? Hell, I can't get any light through it now. Can anybody see if that changed the barrel? I don't know. I did the coning on this barrel also. You can tell it's got that beveled, I forgot what it's called, crown beveling, recessed. I always call it the wrong name and somebody will correct me in the comments. How does this guy not know what he's doing? No, you know, names and stuff kind of makes you sound like an expert, but anybody can study and learn something. Doesn't mean they know what they're doing or what they're talking about. It just means they can read and memorize and know the right name. Conversely, just because I don't know the name doesn't mean I don't know what I'm doing. But, hey, Everyone is welcome to go to any YouTube that says I'm doing it wrong and watch the video and how to do it right and why I'm full of shit and whatever. Alright. Now most of these are closed on one end. This one is not closed. Most of them are closed on one end. Alright, so I'm finished wiping down. I'll go ahead and get a Q-tip to get the edges and corners. The rails. Oh, notice this is closed. The first one I did was open, which was the Kimber. This one is closed. This is a Springfield Armory, whatever you want to call it. Don't forget your grip screws, highly neglected area, big rust spot. This has a lanyard hook so you don't lose your gun. Those can sometimes be a rust portal. Alrighty. So now I'm just going to oil up and get ready for the reassemble. Remember I talk about springs, non-finished, coming to a point, finished, nice flat. Finished in, non-finished in. The non-finished in will always go in the cap. Always the non-finished. You don't want this finished in going in here because you have the non-finish on your tube, and that'll give you an inconsistent spring. Probably negligible, but this is the proper way. Okay? Okay, my patches out of the way, so I just got parts here instead of patches and parts and springs. I don't remember if I got that little hole. So just to make sure, got that. Somebody will probably say I'm leaving too much oil on here. Again, I'm not going to hurt anything. I know I have some oil on this toothbrush, so I'll go ahead. These grooves are really fine also. Might as well hit those sights. Those sights look like they're hard to get in those corners too. Okay, wipe that down. And last but not least, because this is kind of like aluminum or oxide, now this isn't back here, and it also has grooves. So I'm going to hit that with the toothbrush as well. Make sure I got a good coat of oil and all that. And you could always put some oil on a toothbrush and hit anything you want. Alrighty. I think I am good to go on this one. Let's see if I can get this sucker back together, because they all got different little ins and outs. Remember, spring, unfinished end, wrong way. Okay? I always want this, the finished end, so I get a good, consistent spring action on this piece. This piece, the unfinished, will go into that tube. Like so. And for some reason, I always remember this having a hard time going in. because you kind of got to get it right in there like so. And now it's in there. And now we will slide this over the old rails. Remember, I have to get that little piece right there to where I can see it. Sometimes it gets stuck right here, and sometimes I think it's this piece, but for some reason it's getting stuck right here, and I don't know why. So as I'm looking up in here, I'm not sure I'm seeing a good circumference. So I'm thinking something's clacking right there. So I'm going to pull this off and make sure this is seated correctly, and see if it will stop that little stop right there. There, it did. So that little bitty thing off was messing me up. And now I need to find okay, if you look through here, let's see if I can get a little light here. It's not wanting to line up on that hole. There is a little bit, it's kind of off. And I don't know if that's getting it or not. But it's off. So sometimes I will have to take a little something small and get in there, that I can get in there and just move this without, I'll use this little thing here because it's nice and small. There, now I just I just moved that just enough to where this piece will now go in, and now I know it's right, and now I'll put it in here. Again, pull back, that releases tension on this. Make sure that little thing's good, and don't come from the bottom and push up. Come from the top and push down. Push down. Hope I'm explaining that right. Push down. Let it go. Nice. Nice. We are good to go. So that's called a half-cock safety right there. You pull the trigger and it won't work. You have to pull it all the way back for it to fall. And if you hold the trigger back after it falls, it'll go all the way forward. But if you slow it down a little bit, it'll get stuck right there on a half-cock. Doesn't really hurt anything. When you slide it around, the only way that hurts is if I have a round in the chamber I never want it here. If I carry around a chamber, you always want this back, because when you draw it, you have to be able to shoot it. It won't go on safe unless the hammer is back. So if the hammer's off, and I try to put it on safe, it's not going to go, because it's not cocked. Okay? Made it idiot proof. Alright, so that one's done. Tells this one. This is my Punisher. This is another Springfield that had a really bad coat, and I don't remember where I got it, but it was pretty rough. I usually buy guns pretty rough so I can fix them up. And I put some Punisher grips on it, which is kind of nice. They're kind of made out of some sort of alloy or aluminum. They're actually kind of like chiseled in. I don't know if you can see that. What is it? This one has a full-length guide rod, so it probably has a hole in it. Ah, it doesn't have a hole, so this is another different way that you do it. This one has a freaking little hex thing. So I need to unscrew this way. Kind of a pain in the butt. But let me show you what happens if you think you're going to try and take it apart. This will not come out because it's full length. And you can't push it out because there's no hole to hold it, to way to relieve the tension. The only way to get this out is you have to unscrew it through that little thing. And luckily I have some Allen wrenches here, and maybe I can find one that fits. That's too small because it just kind of jumped out on me. And there we go. So now I'm just going to unscrew this. See it getting longer? So field stripping this bad boy would be difficult. my knees more than I am on my damn hand. So after I unscrewed it from here, it popped out. Pull it out here. This is my guide rod, but it has to go on like that. So I don't know how many damn ways there is to take apart a freaking gun, but you've seen 3 or 4 of them. And this one also has a push down here to where you can spin this in order to get that out. So I've just left it on there. I'm pulling a barrel and everything out. It'll all come out. Okay, so this one looks like it has a little, almost like grease on it. I don't know what I oiled this with last. But, you know what? Whatever it was, I'll change it. And I'm going to put brake free on it. How about that? So I'm going to wipe off. Because this has threads and grooves, definitely want to keep those. You don't want that rusting on you. Now I'm pretty sure this is stainless steel, but some people think that you don't have to worry about stainless steel. I've seen stainless steel rust, so it takes a little bit longer, but it will still freaking rust. Get my little finger in there. Not enough. So I need to just put this patch through here so I can clean the inside of that real well. Alright. You can tell that's kind of like unfinished or unpolished. Doesn't have a good clean look to it. Put a drop of oil in there. At least it should have some oil now in it. Okay, wipe that off. I'll wipe the interior off. Again, I don't know what kind of finish I had on there. I wiped that off. This looks pretty dry. Okay. Now this is definitely metal because I can feel the weight. So now I just, here we go. Same old routine. Put some oil on it. Give me a Q-tip to get the corners. This thing was really dry. I can really tell the way the oil kind of has it coming back to life. This is the same burnt bronze. I had it Cerakoted after I did one. I like the color, so I had another one. Look at that patch. That's not good. So the crap I'm getting on the inside is not good. And I don't know if that's when they Cerakoted it, they didn't do the inside, so that's why I'm getting a little, looks like rusting action in there. Okay. Get a little rust or a little lube on this screw here. I don't think I need it on the interior. I'll just screw that on, and that should get the oil distributed good on both sides. That looks like it's kind of all the way through, isn't it? No, it isn't. Looks like it's all the way through, but it's not. So I definitely need to get a Q-tip down there. See what kind of chemical experiment we got going on down there. Not too bad. A little more than I like. But not too bad. Okay? So we're going to put this over here because that's done. I think this is done. I didn't do my mag. Brake Free has a pretty good smell too. I like the smell of Brake Free. I don't know if I cleaned the interior of this one yet either. So let's get a patch on that. Yeah, not too bad. That should be looking okay. I haven't looked at the barrel yet either, have I? Sure, get some on the spring here. Remember, when I'm cleaning a spring for the first time, I do that. Put a patch and twist it on every rail. What did that barrel look like? Did we look at that barrel? Let's see what it looks like when I get a patch through it. That change it? I'm going to go ahead and put a drop of oil in there because I don't... This thing. Now that I put some oil in there, did that change it? Get this. Good coat of Brake Free on it. Let me hang this little paper clip up again before I lose it. I can hang this bushing thing up before I lose it. I need those to put those back together. I don't remember whether I did all my grooves on the slide or not, or on the frame. Wanted to point out, remember Springfield, it's got the bar on top, it's not open. I wonder if I'll have another open one. The first one I think I did was the Kimber, and it was the one that was open. You got your people that freaking just love those Kimbers, and look, they used to make a really nice gun. Just like Colt, just like Sig, just like a lot of big names. But once they get big, man, they start making slop. And I am not a fan of the newer Kimbers. By no means. Okay. Have this part done. Does this thing look dry to you guys? You tell where I got some oil and I don't. When I'm done, it's not going to be dry. Now it's not dry. See the difference? Rick, that's too much oil and it's gonna jam up and it won't work and you should never use that much oil. I saw a video. Oh, be quiet already with your freaking video that you saw. Okay. Non-finished in, finished in. Finished in always goes over the tube so I get a good even spring on the tube. Okay? So, how the hell did I get that in there? Kind of forgot. So the tube has to go through here and get screwed on. Oh, maybe I stuck that in there to stop it from spinning. No, I don't think I did do that way because I have to, this has to go in. Yeah, to screw on. So I think I just got to do it like the old school way. Get this in here, hold this down so the spring doesn't buckle until I can insert the full length tube. So I have it down in there. Okay. Oh shit, son of a bitch. I was just going to show you how I got it in there. Well, shit. This is going to be one of those cussing videos. Rick, you shouldn't cuss. Be quiet. You don't know the troubles I go through. Nobody knows the troubles I've been through. Nobody. Oh shit, son of a bitch. Where'd it go? Nobody knows. Alright, so once I get it in there, if I can hold it down, then get the tube in there to start the screwing process, and that'll keep it straight. So I'm trying to get it together and show you. Ah, there we go. Oh, shit, son of a bitch. I had it. And I thought I twisted it to get it on there, and I didn't. Rick, these are not... People wonder why I freaking love Glocks. 1911s are not what I would consider user-friendly. So I'm going to make sure I get it in there right this time before I show you. Okay. So now it's on there. It wants to pop up a little bit right here. So I'm going to have to work that down when I put the slide over. Because that's going to be an issue when I try and put the slide on here. It's going to hit it. So as I'm putting it on, I need to make sure and push that down. And keep it pushed down till I get it to where I want it. Then I'm looking for my little link there. Slide that in. Oh, this gun's smooth. Wow. Wow. That's like freaking grease lightning, freaking wonderful smooth. Woo! Man, I like a nice gun that's just like, man, I don't know if you can even hear that smoothness. It is smooth, baby. Woo, doggies. Like it when a plan comes together. 4 down, 2 to go. What do we got here? Oh, this is a Kimber. Looks a little dry. You can tell by my fingerprint that I just put on it what it looks like dry versus where my fingerprint's at. Can you see that right here? Where the oil's at and where it's not at? So this has some funky rounds in it, when I was all into all different rounds. So these I'm pretty sure are like high velocity, and that plastic thing makes it very light. And because it's very light, none in the chamber, it goes very, very fast. Alright, so what kind of takedown do I have here? It's not a full length guide rod. It's got the bushing, so I have to push this down and spin that. So it's that type of thing. Some people take it apart before they take that off. You can do it either way. I'm going to try and show you taking it apart this way. Use rubber. So I spun it to where it stopped it right there. I only have to go a little bit further. Hold this. Now that's out. Now I have no tension. Now when I work the slide has no tension on it. So I don't have to really like hold it back to hold it back. I can line this up and then push it out softly, and there's no spring tension. Then I pop that up, pull that out, slide will come off. I have the little short guide rod with the spring, and then the barrel. Well, the bushing has to come out too, sorry. So that comes out. Notice how it's whole versus not parted like that other one. And let's see. And again, Kimber. They cut through the frame. I don't like that. I have an old Kimber. I don't think that is cut like that. This is easier to cut and less machining than it is to keep it whole and cut the hole in the middle. So that's, to me, a cheapness of Kimber. Rick, Kimber's the greatest gun ever, and how dare you talk about it, and you own 4 of them, and you hate them, and I don't hate them. There's just things about them that I like and don't like. Sorry, people. What's the damn barrel look like? Now what does it look like? Any difference? I keep asking people that to be like, Rick, you ask us on every gun and we can't see any different. Well, sorry about that. Didn't know that. Okay, so this is done. Get a little coat of oil on this magazine here. I'll hear all the comments about how bad I am because I have ammo around gun cleaning, and that's very dangerous. It's dangerous if you're a freaking idiot, you don't know what you're doing. But it's not safe, Rick, and such. Shut up, you freaking crybabies. I don't care. People been using guns and having accidental discharges and doing stupid shit, and you think you can run around and tell everybody on how wrong they are and somehow you're going to save somebody's life. You ain't saving nobody's life. Making yourself seem important. Like you're smart, maybe impressing some other people that don't know any better. Maybe repeating something that a lot of people have said. Okay, that piece is done. That piece is done. Pull the spring off here, make sure this is done. You notice the other ones I could stick a hole through, they were hollow. This one is solid. Adds weight, but some people would say that's better. Less likely to bend or break because it's solid versus having a hole through it. Which one's better, Rick? You know what? Are you going for lightweight or heavyweight? Does it matter to you? So this has a rail on it. I don't carry a light on any of my 1911s, and I think I might have a rail on maybe 2 or 3 of them. Not a lot. Always get these little grooves for these safeties. Those are where your rust spots are, because that's where your finger's on them. Get underneath them. You'll have more access if you put it on safe and off safe. Okay. I don't know if these are real pearl grips or not. I can't remember where I got them or how they ended up. They look nice though. There'll be someone here. I don't buy pretty guns. My gun is for saving my life. It doesn't have to be pretty, and that's the way it is. Be pretty people. Whatever. All right, dude. Whatever. If you want to get some alternative varying views, start a YouTube channel. Now Kimber does put a nice coat on here. It's got the coating on this is very nice, and it seems like thick. I don't know if it's Cerakote or if it's their Sperakote. Dan Wesson puts a great freaking finish on theirs. I gotta get a new glove. We had a glove malfunction. Nothing to see here, folks. A little bit of skin came through. Woo! Alright. Let me get some oil on this bad boy. Now it looks like the other glove. They don't feel, you know, separated or worried about who uses the right bathroom. Now they look alike. I've made harmony in my gloves to appease people who might be offended because one glove didn't look like the other one, and it's not fair. We should have government intervention to make it fair. Whatever. Freaking crazy people. Unfinished in? Finished in. Which one goes over this? Pop quiz. The finished in! If you said the unfinished in, you're in big stinking trouble. What the hell happened to the piece in here? Oh, there it is. Shit. I was like, damn. I bet you I didn't clean that sucker. Went back there and hid on me. Got one left. I don't know how long this video is, but ain't no telling what we'll find on the last one. Find something the same. Will it be different? Will it be the same? How will we know? Well, you have to hang around. Or hit the fast forward button. That'll work too. That's in there. Let's get this puppy back together. Did I do the inside of this? Yeah, it looks like it. Shit, I thought I had it lined up and I didn't. Alrighty. So now if that's in there, I just push this down over the top, over the unfinished end. Got this cap. Push the spring in. Spin this around without getting my glove caught. And it'll pop right in there. Feels good. Hold this back. I'm pushing down, not up. Man, this one's hard. That's what she said. Okay, so this is going to be the one that I'm going to have to show you my little secret. So it is so hard to get that spring in there. What I end up doing is getting something underneath here, and I will push this in and push backwards on that little detent, then push down. See, here's what people want to do. Is they want to come from the bottom here and push up. And that's how you get that scratch. I want to push right here and push down. But this detent is so hard, it's not letting me push down. There. Whew. Man, that was hard to get in there. But that's the one part you want to be careful when you're putting together a 1911. Very nice. Did I put some oil in here? I think I did. Alrighty. Last but not least, what do we got here? Cup, Colt Gold Cup. This is one I got at a pawn shop for sure. It had rust. It was like covered in surface rust. It looked really, really bad. And that's the only reason I bought it, because I got a really good deal on it. I go, man, I can clean that up. And nobody else would want it because it looks so bad. And man, I don't even know. Everybody says the Gold Cup is good and stuff, but I don't even know what the hell the difference is. Rick, how can you not know? Because I just don't freaking know. Sorry. Now if you notice, I took this one apart a little bit different. Plenty of different ways. Whichever one is better for you. I don't really care. Alright, so this thing looks like it's had quite a few rounds through it. See where you got that bluing is gone? You see that mark over here to where it's losing? Those are all just metal on metal. That's how you get a gun broken in good and smooth. Is you put rounds through it. You notice the rails here, a little discolored. You've got a lot of discoloration going on here because this gun has been fired a lot. Notice this is a Colt and they took the cheapy way. This is their good gun and they cut that piece out. So again, I don't like that, but whatever. Rick, that's a Gold Cup. They know how to make guns. They've been making them a lot longer. You don't know what you're talking about. I got a Gold Cup. It's the greatest gun in the world. How dare you say it's bad? Okay, whatever. Crazy people, I tell you. This is a Wilson Combat mag, by the way. Wilson Combat has it. They're usually stainless, and you see those two grooves right there. But anyway, I digress. So I'm just going to oil these pieces down. I really want to put good oil on here because it's already rusted. And so once something rusted, the odds of its re-rusting is higher. Maybe if you got it completely clean, it wouldn't matter. But I just never think I ever get all the rust away once I see rust on a gun. I always think there's some there. So this is kind of odd. It's the bushing, but it looks like it's stainless, but it looks like it just blew the edge. Now what the hell Colt was thinking on this one? Okay, so that's done. This one has a hole in it. Remember the other one was solid? Is that better or worse? Because I can get in here and clean it. Makes it lighter. Me personally, I'll go with light if it doesn't affect function. And I don't think this piece affects function, so by making this one hollow, I'm okay with that. Is that hollow point another place that can collect dust, dirt, and you need to clean it more? Maybe. If it was solid, I wouldn't have to worry about that area, right? What does the barrel look like on this sucker? Let me see what a flashlight, if that helps, what the barrel looks like. Does that help? Or does that blind you? Alright, so let's run that patch through here. Where's my patch? I know people are going to be mad because I'm using this dirty patch, the amount of dirt that's on here is, I'm not putting dirt from this patch on here. I'm still removing dirt from inside this little sucker here. And I'm just oiling it because it's clean, and I'm not really patching it because it's dirty and I'm trying to clean it. I'm just kind of using this oil-soaked patch with a little dirt on it to go ahead and get this barrel cleaned up a little bit. Let me give you the flashlight again after the oil. Oh. So that's after the oil. Difference? No difference? I don't ever remember somebody answering my questions when I read the comments. Of course, I don't remember what I ask because I don't watch it. But I can usually tell what's in a video by the way people, by the comments. Hey, you forgot that, or that question you asked here is here. And I'll go, oh yeah, I must have asked that. Because when I do, by the time this video posts, all I've done 4 or 5 other videos. I'll do 1 or 2 videos on my horse channel. I'll have a project video working on. I'll have, you know, now this has some really fine grooves on top, and that's the part that was rusty. I don't know if you guys can see those little fine grooves on the top of that. That's like a rust magnet. So I want to make sure and get a nice oil in there, front and back, because it's got those little grooves on the back too. This little brush will get oil all underneath those little areas that I can't necessarily get with a patch. Rick, what kind of toothbrush is that? It's the one I use. It's soft. Whatever it is, it's soft. I don't like stiff, hard brushes. Rick, that doesn't clean your teeth. You should use a medium because my dent... Whatever! Crazy people. Alright. Nice! Get the rails. The locking area. Alrighty. We are almost done, people. This is it. No more gun cleaning. I knocked out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guns today. My neck hurts because I'm looking down. I need some water because I didn't bring my coffee or water. So that's pissing me off. Hopefully I fixed the light situation. Thanks to some good tips from the people. I got a little junk off there that I didn't like. So I did not like my patch being this dirty. Not a fan of that. Let's go over those again. Okay, so it's not from the rail. No. No. A little bit was in that hole for the pin. Checkering back here, big rust area. Get some oil over there, get that toothbrush in there. Rick, you shouldn't leave that oil on there because it's going to attract dirt and it won't. And I was always told, and when I was in Army, Air Force, Marine combat training, not to ever do that because whatever. I mean, I really love a good tip that is helpful. I just don't like people telling me things that they haven't tried or they don't know what they're talking about. They're just repeating it. Somebody gave me a damn clip on how to, I couldn't undelete somebody. And she was trying to be helpful. I won't say her name. She knows who she is if she's watching. And she was trying to be helpful and said, oh, I found a video to where it'll help you. She sends me a freaking video. I go watch it. The video is like freaking 8 years old, and it's the old shit. It's not even the same operating system that I'm using. So YouTube has already changed all their things, and the selections that this video that she said would help me are all gone. So, and again, I had to go find it, I had to look at it, I had to waste time, and it didn't freaking help me. And it's frustrating. But, you know what? Sometimes I get the good shit, and it's like, oh man, that was perfect. That was a great tip. So I guess you got to take the good with the bad. Alright, let's see if we can put this damn thing back together without too damn many problems. Rick, you're going too fast. Whatever. I'm getting this sucker done. Rick, that's not fair. You're supposed to be teaching. Be quiet. Oh man, this thing is smooth though. Woo, doggies. Oh man, that's nice. Woo! That is a smooth gun. By the way, all my guns are for sale, by the way. I have one dude that's a FFL. He questioned me about my SIG, and then he never made me an offer. So if you want to call or email and say, hey man, would you be willing, don't make me respond to you to tell you yes. All my guns are always for sale. If you like a gun, you say, hey, if you want to sell that gun, I'll give you this amount. Let's not play the used car salesman. Well, what do you think it's worth? Well, what do you think? And what do you tell me what you're willing to pay, and I'll either say I'm willing to sell it or I'm not. I mean, that's how it works. Well, Rick, but if I tell you, then I could have got it cheaper and whatever. Then don't freaking ask. I don't think I have one gun that's not for sale. Damn, that's smooth. Woo, doggies. Alrighty. We are good to go, people. How's that for some gun cleaning? So we did a Colt Gold Cup, a Kimber, I don't know what the hell it was, a Springfield Armory full size, Springfield Armory little size called a Champion. This is a, what the hell was this? This is a government model Colt, and this is a Kimber, shit, son of a bitch. That shit scared the shit out of me. This is a Tactical Pro 2 Kimber. I don't think they make it anymore, but... Alright. This thing slid off because I had it sitting on the lid, but I put it up there fast because my glove hold, and it fell off. And that's why I had to jump like a little girl. Rick, you shouldn't be scared. Shut up, you freaking crazy people. Alright, damn, I don't know how long that was, but I got some guns clean, so I'm good to go. And I'm glad. Y'all have a good one.